HESI A2 Endocrine System Questions. Question 1. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, stimulates bicarbonate-rich pancreatic secretion? Option A, cortisol. Option B, glucagon. Option C, luteinizing hormone. Option D, secretin. The correct answer is option D, secretin. This hormone stimulates bicarbonate-rich pancreatic secretion. It is released from the small intestine in response to acid. These linked features explain the role in protecting the duodenum. Question 2. A learner connects the clues releases a hormone that raises extracellular calcium and usually consists of small glands on the posterior thyroid surface. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, parathyroid gland. Option B, prolactin. Option C, descending colon. Option D, sucrase. The correct answer is option A, parathyroid gland. The function described is that this gland releases a hormone that raises extracellular calcium. A second identifying feature is that it usually consists of small glands on the posterior thyroid surface. Together, the two clues explain the role in maintaining mineral balance. Question 3. A physiology item gives two clues. It increases calcium availability through effects on bone, kidneys, and vitamin D, and it is released when calcium levels fall. Which option identifies the hormone? Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, parathyroid hormone. Option C, glucagon. Option D, a follicle-stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option B, parathyroid hormone. The role tested here involves maintaining neuromuscular function. This hormone increases calcium availability through effects on bone, kidneys, and vitamin D. It can also be identified because it is released when calcium levels fall. Stressed about your HESI A2? We can take HESI A2 for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. Which option identifies the hormone best matching this description? It is synthesized in the hypothalamus and released from the posterior pituitary, and it stimulates uterine contractions and milk ejection. Option A, oxytocin. Option B, erythropoietin. Option C, progesterone. Option D, antidiuretic hormone. The correct answer is option A, oxytocin. For supporting labor and breastfeeding, this hormone stimulates uterine contractions and milk ejection. It can also be recognized because it is synthesized in the hypothalamus and released from the posterior pituitary. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 5. Which option identifies the cell with this feature? It is found in endocrine clusters within the pancreas. Option A, pancreatic alpha cell. Option B, phagocyte. Option C, chief cell. Option D, B lymphocyte. The correct answer is option A, pancreatic alpha cell. This cell participates in preventing excessive fasting hypoglycemia. It responds to falling glucose by releasing a fuel-mobilizing hormone, and it is found in endocrine clusters within the pancreas. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 6. Which option identifies the process best matching this description? It occurs mainly in liver and skeletal muscle after food intake, and it converts glucose into glycogen for storage. Option A, respiratory compensation. Option B, water absorption. Option C, pinocytosis. Option D, glycogenesis. The correct answer is option D, glycogenesis. For lowering circulating glucose availability, this process converts glucose into glycogen for storage. It can also be recognized because it occurs mainly in liver and skeletal muscle after food intake. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 7. Which option identifies the vascular pathway most directly associated with allowing precise endocrine control in this function? Carries hypothalamic regulatory hormones directly to the anterior pituitary? Option A, tidal volume. Option B, hypophyseal portal system. Option C, norepinephrine. Option D, transfer RNA. The correct answer is option B, hypophyseal portal system. This vascular pathway participates in allowing precise endocrine control. It carries hypothalamic regulatory hormones directly to the anterior pituitary, and it uses two capillary beds connected by veins. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 8. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, stimulates the thyroid gland to release metabolic hormones? Option A, thyroid stimulating hormone. Option B, testosterone. Option C, gastrin. Option D, secretin. The correct answer is option A, thyroid stimulating hormone. This hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to release metabolic hormones. It is produced by the anterior pituitary under hypothalamic control. These linked features explain the role in regulating thyroid activity. Are you looking for HESI A2 actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access HESI A2 study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get HESI A2 answer key today. Question 9. Which option identifies the process associated with maintaining circulating fuel in both clues? It forms glucose from non-carbohydrate precursors, and it occurs mainly in the liver during prolonged fasting. Option A, respiratory compensation. Option B, messenger RNA. Option C, gluconeogenesis. Option D, fat-soluble vitamin absorption. The correct answer is option C, gluconeogenesis. The function described is that this process forms glucose from non-carbohydrate precursors. A second identifying feature is that it occurs mainly in the liver during prolonged fasting. Together, the two clues explain the role in maintaining circulating fuel. Question 10. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, increases intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphate? Option A, thyroxine. Option B, luteinizing hormone. Option C, cortisol. Option D, vitamin D active form. The correct answer is option D, vitamin D active form. This hormone increases intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphate. It is produced through coordinated skin, liver, and kidney steps. These linked features explain the role in supporting bone mineralization. Question 11. Which option identifies the structure that stores thyroid-hormone precursor in a protein-rich colloid? Option A, Broca area. Option B, aqueous humor. Option C, tooth. Option D, thyroid follicle. The correct answer is option D, thyroid follicle. This structure stores thyroid-hormone precursor in a protein-rich colloid. It is the spherical functional unit of the thyroid. These linked features explain the role in supporting hormone synthesis. Question 12. Which option identifies the hormone most directly associated with regulating male reproductive physiology and this function, supports male reproductive development and sperm production? Option A, testosterone. Option B, a growth hormone. Option C, epinephrine. Option D, thymosin. The correct answer is option A, testosterone. This hormone participates in regulating male reproductive physiology. It supports male reproductive development and sperm production, and it is produced mainly by interstitial cells of the testes. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 13. Impairment of which hormone would most directly prevent the following function? Reduces signals that favor release of calcium from bone? Option A, thyroxine. Option B, cholecystokinin. Option C, vitamin D active form. Option D, calcitonin. The correct answer is option D, calcitonin. A key clue is that this hormone is released by parafollicular cells when extracellular calcium is elevated. It also reduces signals that favor release of calcium from bone. That combination is central to supporting calcium homeostasis. Question 14. Which option identifies the hormone associated with coordinating digestion in both clues? It stimulates gallbladder contraction and pancreatic enzyme release, and it is released from the small intestine in response to fats and proteins. Option A, testosterone. Option B, cholecystokinin. Option C, parathyroid hormone. Option D, estrogen. The correct answer is option B, cholecystokinin. The function described is that this hormone stimulates gallbladder contraction and pancreatic enzyme release. A second identifying feature is that it is released from the small intestine in response to fats and proteins. Together, the two clues explain the role in coordinating digestion. Question 15. Which option identifies the structure most important for linking the pancreas to metabolism because it contains endocrine cells that regulate blood glucose? Option A, infundibulum. Option B, midbrain. Option C, pancreatic islet. Option D, pineal gland. The correct answer is option C, pancreatic islet. A key clue is that this structure is scattered among exocrine digestive tissue. It also contains endocrine cells that regulate blood glucose. That combination is central to linking the pancreas to metabolism. Question 16. Which option identifies the hormone best matching this description? It contains iodine and is released by thyroid follicular cells, and it increases cellular metabolic activity and supports growth. Option A, calcitonin. Option B, thyroxine. Option C, insulin. Option D, thyroid-stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option B, thyroxine. For regulating basal metabolism, this hormone increases cellular metabolic activity and supports growth. It can also be recognized because it contains iodine and is released by thyroid follicular cells. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 17. Which option identifies the hormone that supports and stabilizes the uterine lining after ovulation? Option A, prolactin in lactation. Option B, estrogen. Option C, growth hormone. Option D, progesterone. The correct answer is option D, progesterone. This hormone supports and stabilizes the uterine lining after ovulation. It is produced mainly by the corpus luteum during the luteal phase. These linked features explain the role in preparing for possible implantation. Question 18. A review item describes a structure that contains axons and vessels that link nervous and endocrine control. Which option identifies it? Option A, auditory tube. Option B, infundibulum. Option C, ciliary muscle. Option D, primary motor cortex. The correct answer is option B, infundibulum. For supporting pituitary regulation, this structure connects the pituitary gland to the hypothalamus. It can also be recognized because it contains axons and vessels that link nervous and endocrine control. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations.
Stressed about your NA-CCMA? We can take NA-CCMA for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. Which option identifies the gland region that produces steroid hormones involved in stress, mineral balance, and sex-related traits? Option A, anterior pituitary. Option B, the adrenal medulla. Option C, the adrenal cortex. Option D, posterior pituitary. The correct answer is option C, adrenal cortex. This gland region produces steroid hormones involved in stress, mineral balance, and sex-related traits. It forms the outer region of the adrenal gland. These linked features explain the role in coordinating long-term endocrine responses. Question 20. A student is reviewing a concept involved in reducing blood volume and pressure. Which option identifies the hormone with this function, promotes sodium and water loss when cardiac chambers are stretched? Option A, atrial natriuretic peptide. Option B, triiodothyronine. Option C, thyroxine. Option D, prolactin. The correct answer is option A, atrial natriuretic peptide. The role tested here involves reducing blood volume and pressure. This hormone promotes sodium and water loss when cardiac chambers are stretched. It can also be identified because it is released from atrial muscle cells. Question 21. Which option identifies the gland region best matching this description? It is connected to hypothalamic neurons by axons, and it stores and releases two hormones made in the hypothalamus. Option A, anterior pituitary. Option B, the adrenal cortex. Option C, posterior pituitary. Option D, the adrenal medulla. The correct answer is option C, posterior pituitary. For coordinating water balance and reproductive responses, this gland region stores and releases two hormones made in the hypothalamus. It can also be recognized because it is connected to hypothalamic neurons by axons. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 22. Impairment of which hormone would most directly prevent the following function, produces strong metabolic effects in target cells? Option A, antidiuretic hormone. Option B, follicle-stimulating hormone. Option C, triiodothyronine. Option D, oxytocin in lactation. The correct answer is option C, triiodothyronine. A key clue is that this hormone is the more active thyroid hormone and may be formed from another circulating thyroid product. It also produces strong metabolic effects in target cells. That combination is central to regulating energy use. Question 23. Which option identifies the gland region associated with supporting rapid stress responses? In both clues, it releases catecholamines during sympathetic activation, and it forms the inner region of the adrenal gland. Option A, adrenal medulla. Option B, anterior pituitary. Option C, posterior pituitary. Option D, the adrenal cortex. The correct answer is option A, adrenal medulla. The function described is that this gland region releases catecholamines during sympathetic activation. A second identifying feature is that it forms the inner region of the adrenal gland. Together, the two clues explain the role in supporting rapid stress responses. Question 24. Impairment of which hormone would most directly prevent the following function? Stimulates red blood cell production in bone marrow. Option A, triiodothyronine. Option B, erythropoietin. Option C, antidiuretic hormone. Option D, a follicle-stimulating hormone. The correct answer is option B, erythropoietin. A key clue is that this hormone is released mainly by the kidneys when oxygen delivery is low. It also stimulates red blood cell production in bone marrow. That combination is central to supporting oxygen transport. Question 25. Which option identifies the hormone whose key function is, increases water reabsorption by the kidneys? Option A, adrenal androgens. Option B, norepinephrine from adrenal medulla. Option C, antidiuretic hormone. Option D, calcitonin. The correct answer is option C, antidiuretic hormone. This hormone increases water reabsorption by the kidneys. It is synthesized in the hypothalamus and released from the posterior pituitary. These linked features explain the role in conserving body water.